As always, let's begin with the weapons. We'll be using 2 Scavenger's curved swords. This is easily one of the best curved swords in the game due to its innate bleed and the ability to use affinities. We'll use the Cragblade Ash of War in the left hand for its long duration and the damage boost. In the right hand, Seppuku. It will not only increase our damage and bleed buildup, it also lets us trigger our buffs related to blood loss. This is especially useful against enemies immune to bleed or to start a fight fully buffed. And we'll obviously want the occult affinity on both weapons. Here are the stats I recommend for this build at level 150 and using the Wretch starting class. The low requirements of the weapon paired with its great arcane scaling means we only have 1 damage stat to focus on. This lets us get to the arcane hard cap of 80 while still having a lot of freedom for the other stats. Let's move on to the armor. The white mask will increase our damage by 10% for 20 seconds whenever bleed happens. The Gravebird's Blackquill armor will increase our jump attack damage by 10%. If you don't own the DLC, you can replace it with the Raptor's Black Feathers, which gives the same exact buff. For the hands and legs, we'll use pieces from the Rakshas's set. They will provide a 4% damage boost at the cost of being bad in terms of protection. Now for the talisman setup, we'll begin with the Claw Talisman for its 15% boost to jump attacks. The Ritual Sword Talisman will provide a 10% damage boost when at full health. The Rotten Winged Sword Insignia will increase our damage by up to 13% with successive hits. And finally, the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. It will stack with the white mask and increase our damage by 20% when bleed happens. Last but not least is the Consumables. The Bloodboil Aromatics will increase our damage by 30% and our stamina by 20%. The new Golden Vow consumable is a great way to buff without having to invest into Faith. It lasts for 45 seconds and provides a 12.5% damage boost, which makes it worse than the incantation, but better than the Ash of War version. If you don't own the DLC or don't want to rely on crafting, you can replace it by using the Golden Vow Ash of War on a dagger. For the Flask of Wondrous Physick, we'll use the Thorny Cracked Tear. It will increase our damage by up to 20% for 3 minutes. And the Dexterity Knot Tear, which will increase our dexterity by 10 for 3 minutes. And here's how to use all of the buffs mentioned, in the correct order. As you can see, this gets our attack power to 1200 plus. Keep in mind that this doesn't include the buffs from jump attacks or successive hits. Now include the bleed and the fact that jump attacks hit 4 times, and you quickly understand why this build is so broken. In the DLC with 20 Shadow Tree fragments, it gets even more ridiculous. The attack power goes up to 2500 plus, which is more than most colossal weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed this short but concise breakdown. The rest of the video will be some of the fastest boss kills you'll ever see in New Game Plus. Please remember to like and subscribe and check my Ko-fi link if you want to support even further. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you later.